All right, all right. There's nothing like having some major technical difficulties, especially with the weather that we're having today. I am actually waiting for getting Lawrence back on here. So, oh
Hey, we're back. We're back.
my goodness, we need to get this show. Okay, my God, well, let's just hope that the wind out here in Northern Cali and whatever's going on out there in all the towers won't interrupt this broadcast tonight. So let's get right into it. The last that I left off, right, Lawrence, we were talking about people who wants to dive into this.
You froze up. I think you said people that want to dive into the business. Is that what you asked? Yeah, I can. Hello? There you go. Okay. You were gone for a while.
I am telling you. Oh my goodness. So
Yeah.
I last left off. I know I'm getting text messages and I'm trying to get this platform engineered. And I'm like, oh my goodness, nothing but challenges. But anyhow, so why the acting business? Why did you choose to go into acting, Lawrence?
Like I said earlier, it's just I'm getting an echo. Is that me? Let me see here.
Did you hear
No,
an echo?
yeah, here, echo. Yeah, okay, I think we're good now. Yep, perfect. So, like I said, when I was
Good.
younger, I used to.
Good. Okay.
We're good. Yeah, like I said, when I was younger, I did some modeling and won a contest, and decided to actually pursue it. Professionally. I've always wanted to do it all my life and things of that nature. But earlier, I don't know if we got disconnected or we froze up, but in Pastor Dion's church, Pastor Dion Hayes' church, we did like little plays and skits and things of that nature, and that helped me, kind of realize that this is what I want to do professionally as well. So just being part of that and taking it to the next level as far as it goes.
That's pretty awesome because I'll tell you, Pastor Dion is like, of all things, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah, that's my
awesome.
brother. Yeah. For sure. For sure.
Right.
Yep, definitely.
So,
Oh yeah.
so you chose this line of work. How difficult was it to be casted? How hard was it for you to actually get into the role that you played? And then I definitely want to dive in a little bit in a few minutes after you answer my question about plight of the independent filmmaker, step off the block, girl sass in the search for Caesar. I want to know how that all came about.
Sure, definitely. I think your first question, if you don't mind repeating that first question, I didn't hear the first question.
The first question was, how difficult was it to be casted into these shows, like the extra, like for example, Empire, right? You mentioned you went out and you tried out whatnot. You didn't have an age, but moving forward, given that you've gotten some experience under you, how hard was it still for you to get in to be casted in one of these shows and movies?
Well, you know what? A lot of it is all about looks. I mean, you may kill the audition and you may be perfect on audition, but a lot of the times, the casting director that's casting that role may not like your look, or he may want you to be a certain height or, a certain weight. You just don't know. And, when I first started auditioning, I was like, man, I know I killed that audition. Why didn't I get the part? And, and I used to take it personal, but you can't because come to find out the casting, directors or casting agents are looking for, a certain look for that role, and you may not fit that look. So you can't take it personal. You can't get upset. So it's sometimes it's difficult because you can go in and have a great audition and just, not get the part because of your look. or, something that they're looking for.
Well, I mean, I kind of heard that through, of course, within Hollywood, whatnot, but I really didn't know how much your look, your presentation makes a big difference, even though you may be good in reading the script, but if you don't like your look, it's a no bueno. Wow.
And a lot of times they've already got like the regular actors, the series reoccurring actors hired already. So you may not match up to that person for that opposite role that you're playing with them. You may not, balance out with that other person. You may be too tall, the other person may be too short. I mean, it's just a lot of variables that play into this when you're getting casted and things of that nature. So you can't take it personal. You just have to, keep pushing forward and hope for the best. For real.
Wow. Now, I think I asked this earlier. So is it truly who you know in the industry to get you in front of the producers or directors? Or do you truly just need to go and apply and force your way in there to even for you to be noticed, since presentation has everything to do with it?
Well, I'll be honest. A lot of times, knowing somebody helps, for the most part. I know when I cast my projects, I look for people that I know, and I go to them. So it's all about building relationships within the industry and just keeping that format as far as that goes. I mean, if you don't have the relationships where you can reach out to somebody and say, hey, man, I got this part. Are you interested? They may say, hey, Lawrence, I'm working on this project. Can you do this for me? So sometimes it is about who you know. You still have to put the work in. You still have to bring the character to life, and you still have to grind and do the work. But yeah, sometimes it does help to know people.
I love that you said that, because when I landed and I was working with Tim Shay, when he was producing some of the biblical movies and whatnot, I really did see that quite a bit. All the people that comes to see the premiere, right, is when everybody's all mingling and kind of like, okay, so I got a project coming up, I want you for that part. So you're absolutely correct about that. I mean, that was my first time experiencing something like that. So I love that you shared that and whatnot. Yeah. Now, in regards to acting, are there any acting courses or academies that you would recommend to those who wants to get into the industry?
I would say take some improv classes. Yeah. Improv classes are. I keep hearing echo. I don't know if that's me or not.
I can hear you. You came through.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I would say take a lot of improv classes, because that not only helps you think on your feet, but be more creative as far as that goes. And when you get in auditions, you'll be able to, play with the script and add a little flavor to it. They may ask you to do something on the spot, and you have to be able to improvise like that. So I would say definitely take some improv classes. That would help you dramatically. Whatever state you're in.
That's awesome advice.
Yeah, and you can always go to my inbox me for information. I could look up certain academies for you, certain improv places in your area for you, and definitely help you get established with that.
That's awesome. Thank you. Now, let me see here. As a man, this is one of the questions one of the viewers sent in. As a man of faith, have you passed up projects due to your beliefs as a follower of Jesus Christ? And did any of it affect your future project?
You know what? I haven't had to pass up anything at this particular time, but you're acting, so you can't take it to heart. You look at a Denzel Washington or, a Chad Boswell. I mean, you got all these guys out here that are incredible actors. They have their beliefs, but you can't let that, I guess, step into your job. Basically, you're doing a job, and it's acting. It's not real life. So, I mean, it depends on what the role is. Obviously, I haven't had one like that where I have to think about it and say, oh, I don't know if I should take that or not. But I mean, for the most part, yeah. I mean, for the most part, it's just acting. You know, it's not real. You're on TV. You're acting. You're playing out a script. So, yeah, I would say, you know, my beliefs in God are my beliefs in God, and I'm strong within my faith. But you know, I'm here to do a job. I'm here to act. I'm here to perform, and you have to be able to adapt and go that route. And like I said, obviously, I haven't had any roles where I have to look at it and be like, "Ooh, I don't know if I'm going to take that role or not," because you know it's going to interfere with, you know. But you know, I believe that God wouldn't have brought me here if it wasn't meant for me to be there.
Love that answer. Now, because you've been in the acting industry for quite some time, you've been married for 27 years. Are there any times or that Mrs. Johnson have noticed that you're putting on the act, or are you just Lawrence all day, every day, keeping it real and copacetic?
Well, I mean, it's you know, I mean, I'm not Lawrence all day, you know, 100% of the time, but you know, it's a balancing act. You know what I mean? You know, as well as I do. When you've been married so long, you know each other well, so you don't have to put on these airs or these acts and try to be somebody you're not. You know, just be yourself, and you know, and that's what I am around her, and she's the same around me, no matter what, and she keeps me grounded. You know, for the most part, so I don't have to worry about trying to be somebody I'm not around her. So that's definitely a plus. You know, for sure.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And let me see here. Now, how has things been for you since COVID hit in 2020 in regards to project, filming, casting, recruiting?
You know what? You know, with plight of the independent filmmaker, 2020 was actually a great year, even through the pandemic. God blessed us with being able to have a safe environment where we could film safely, and you know, have job sites where we can film that were safe environments as well. So, and the people that we cast, we asked them, hey, you know, if you want to do this, you can. If you don't want to do this, we understand. So, you know, we definitely left it up to the people that we auditioned and let them make that choice whether they wanted to work or not. So everything worked out well for us. We had no issues. And to be honest, in this pandemic is where God blessed me the most. And, you know, I'll be honest, that's when we got our most views, you know, and I don't know if it was because everybody was in the house, you know, for quarantine and things of that nature, but, you know, we just kept producing, kept putting out good product and good material, and people watched. So, you know, like I said, thank you earlier. I don't know if you guys heard me earlier, but thank you for your support. You know, we've got a lot more. We've got a couple movies coming out later this year, you know, so look forward to that. We'll be casting for that shortly, but yeah, we're always working. We're always grinding and trying to make it better for ourselves.
That's awesome. Thank you for, I'm just so glad, because it's quite interesting, right? Because the pandemic affected the world, and of course for the corporate industry, those who are going into work on a daily basis, you know, definitely affected unless you're an essential worker. And just to hear you share that this is when you guys had the most viewers, this is when you had the most followers, and watched out some of the projects that you put together, that, congratulations, that is a major success on you guys' end.
Thank you so much. I mean,
tell me about, sorry, Lawrence, go ahead. I know probably a delay on my end, right?
Oh, no, yeah. It was
okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Now, awesome. Now, tell me about the movie, the most recent. Know if there's a recent project after 2019, but tell me a little bit about the plight of independent filmmaker.
Basically, you know, Will Adams and myself, you know, put it together. Renata Nicole is also, you know, part of the partnership that we have and whatnot. But he does the writing, I do the marketing and the casting and things of that nature. But it's basically about what goes on behind the scenes of independent filmmaker. You know, whether it's casting, whether it's dealing with the actors, the diva actors, or, you know, they want green M&Ms in one bowl, you know, or whatever the case may be in their own trailer. It's all kind of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that people don't see as an independent filmmaker when we're out producing stuff and putting stuff together, whether it's finding job sites or, you know, or locations. I mean, all kind of stuff that we have to deal with, late actors or, you know, actors with attitudes, like all the above. So we try to make it comical. We try to make it, you know what I mean? We try to, you know, put it, you know, in an episode and talk about it a little bit. And, you know, it's just all kind of angles that we come at. But definitely, it's a good show. You guys should check it out on Amazon Prime. It's also on YouTube. It's in the second season now. And I tell you what, the second season is phenomenal. The first season was good, but the second season is phenomenal, guys. So definitely check it out.
That is awesome. Definitely got to check that. Now, tell me a little step off the block. How did that come about?
Step off the block. Yeah, I was, you know, working with Will Adams again. You know, that's how I first got introduced to him. Started off as, you know, just being, you know, part of the project and whatnot, as, you know, a background actor, and then, you know, one thing led to another, and, you know, got a major role in the movie and whatnot. And it's about inner city youth of Chicago, basically talking about, you know, gang violence and shootings and things of that nature. And there's other alternatives besides being in the streets, and step off the block and do something else and with your life and whatnot. So it's definitely a good movie, a good project. It was in the movie theaters for about a week. And we were up against some heavy hitters, and we sold out the movie theaters every day that week. So they were in there. So we're truly blessed for that. And it was in Chicago here, so locally, but we sold out the movie theater every day that it aired. And we had WGN News come out, interview us. So it was definitely a major step in my life to the next level, taking it to the next level as far as that goes. And shout out to the cast.
Wow.
That was involved with that. You know, we had a ball, you know, so too many to name, but man, you know who you are. We had a ball. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for everybody's support on Step Off the Block for sure.
Now, Girl Assassin.
I'm sorry. And on Step Off the Block, you can
actually. What was that, Lawrence?
And on Step Off the Block,
okay,
you can actually watch that on Amazon as well. So if you're looking to watch that, you can. Definitely. Okay, awesome.
How about Girl Assassin: The Search for Caesar in 2018? Tell me a little bit about that. How did that jump on?
Awesome. Actually met Shad Al-Amin. He's actually the director, writer, and producer on that. Met him through somebody at my church. So Tabby Walker actually introduced, Tabby Foster actually introduced me to Shad Al-Amin. One thing led to another, and you know, I play a bad guy. So imagine that, you know, I play a bad guy in that, but it was.
I can't imagine you playing the bad guy.
That's why I was acting, I tell you, but it was actually a good movie. You know, I had to really dig deep to do that one, but I really enjoyed it. Khalil Hawkins, Emma Torres. I mean, we had some heavy hitters in this movie, and, you know, I definitely appreciate all the support that we had in that. We had that sold out in Naperville theater for 2 days straight too as well. So actually a really good picture. And if you see that, you know, I don't want you to think I act like that for real, but yeah, I really played that part. Put it like that. I played that part. So shout out to Shad Al-Amin for writing it. Shout out to him for putting it together. And, you know, we worked on it really hard to bring a good product to fans, and they really liked it when we brought it out. So definitely.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And I know that we're up on our time in a little bit, but I still have a couple of questions that I want to ask you. There's current projects that you want to share right now with Right, and then, of course, I wanted to kind of run by you some tips, that they have out there for actors that are inexperienced or maybe no experience, and you can kind of give me the thumbs up or the thumbs down. But first, before we go there, what do you got going on right now, Lawrence? Because the bearded calendar that got released, you are on the month of August. There is the second season of Plight coming out. Show me, what was that again? What is that product?
It is bearded souffle. It's that's what I use on my beard every morning. Shout out to Tiffany Yates. She put the calendar together, and like I said, I built a family out of Bearded Playground, and look forward to working with these guys again. So yeah, definitely. Yep.
That's pretty cool. So anything going on right now actively?
Yeah, I'm actually directing. It's a series called The Rise and Fall of Tamar. So I'm actually directing that, working with Tarina Page, and we just started that out, and we're going through the preliminaries now, but stay tuned for that. Also, He Was There All the Time. We did that. It's not on the platform yet, but it did get put out for a little bit. No, that's also Tarina Page, and I played a dad that was that abandoned his kids, and it's deep, put it like that. I had to cry in that movie, so yeah, when you see that one, you'll understand it too. So but it was.
So how did you make yourself cry?
You know what? I always just think about. Yeah, it's funny because I always think about like bad things that happened in my life, or I think about something personal to me, and I just kind of apply it to the character, and it works. So I can't technically cry on contact, but it's a build up. And once I get that build up, man, you can't stop me. So yeah. It's a good film. So
I would say that's some pretty skills if you cry at an instant, like drop them teardrops. But I always heard that they use onions or certain things, right, to kind of make you drop them tears. But that's a pretty good one about something personal and just all up into the moment of acting, right? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. And it works for me. I don't know about anybody else, but for me, thinking of something personal that happened in my life that really upset me or really got me going, I just go to that point, and I use that as advice to help me out as far as that goes.
That's pretty awesome. Now, out of all the projects that you have done up until now, which one stands out to you? Say, now that was the one.
Ooh, man. You know what? I do some theater too as well, and but if I had to say that was the one, it would be Plight of the Independent Filmmaker, because that's my baby. I'm executive producer on it with my partner Will Adams, and I would have to say from beginning to end, we watched that grow and build into something spectacular. So shout out to all the cast from Plight of the Independent Filmmaker, and yeah, I would have to say that's sentimental to me because that's my own and my partner. So business partner as well. So I've done a lot of great stuff. Don't get me wrong. And if I had to talk about theater, I've worked with Wink Avenue Productions and Tour Secrets. Being on stage is just something different from being on TV because you have to, deliver your lines. There's no cut and go back. You know what I mean? And
right.
You have to deliver your lines, and you have to flow. And even if you mess up or forget your lines, you still have to find that way to get back on track. And and a shout out to Richard Gallion. I worked with him on Desperate. He helped me along, and John Ruffin as well. In Chicago, I worked with him behind the scenes, and these are all mentors. And Will Adams, he's actually my on-camera coach, and he helps me with certain things. But these are all mentors that guided me in the right direction. And I would advise somebody that's starting out to find a mentor, find somebody that can help you Thea Camara, she helped me. You know, when I first started out, I made a call to her, and this is
Right.
kind of a funny story. You know, I'm sitting in my car, and I said, "Man, I saw her on Facebook, and I saw her doing all these spectacular things." So, you know, I inboxed her. I said, "Hey, can I call you? I have some questions." And she's the first one that actually reached out to me and kind of, you know, guided me in the right direction and told me what to do, what not to do. So, definitely appreciate that as well. So, yeah, definitely find a mentor for anybody new that is coming out, so you can get pushed in the right direction.
And that's a very good advice to put it, because it's very rare that you can find people nowadays that will be able to kind of support you and guide you at no cost. Nobody does anything complimentary anymore, right? Or I should say any longer.
That's true.
That's a pretty awesome advice that you put out there, Lawrence. Glad that those that you do reach out enough, you know, to respond, you know, in a positive manner. So I know that before we go, a couple things that I wanted to go on, that I kind of did some little research, and let me know if these are some good tips that you want to get out there to the people, right? So they said that this is all you need to know on how to become an actor without no experience. So I got 6 tips. They said, read a lot and study. Is that a thumbs up or down?
Thumbs up. Yep. Yep.
Hone the skills and learn to love the business.
Yep.
Thumbs
50,
up.
50. Yep.
Seek out any opportunities locally to fine tune your craft.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, seek out opportunities locally, but make sure they're good opportunities. Make sure they're good projects, because you don't want to attach your name to, you know, projects that are out there that are bad or terrible. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's good to get that work in. It's good to, you know, have those opportunities, but you want to make sure they're good opportunities. It's a good script. You know, it's something that, you know, will help you be remembered if you do that project or whatnot. So I would say not to jump on any project or any opportunity. You know, pick and choose wisely, because it's a process and everybody has to go through it. You know, I wish we can all start and say, "Oh, we're going to be stars overnight." It doesn't work like that. So it's definitely a process. You have to pick and choose which projects to take and which ones are going to, you know, and actually pray about it. You know, ask God about it. That's what I do. God, is this a good project? You know, should I take this project? Yeah,
that's awesome.
And it worked. Yeah. Yep, definitely.
Thank you for that awesome response. And you took the number 4 because you said do not rush into anything and just take it slow, because not all projects are going to be good projects. So thank you for that. How about market yourself and network?
What was that, Marie? I didn't hear
yourself and network.
You said, how do you market yourself and network? Is that what I heard?
It's one of the tips is to market yourself and network.
Yeah, definitely, because you know, without the networking and without marketing yourself in the right way and on all platforms, you're definitely spinning your wheels. You know, so you want people to know who you are. You want to market yourself correctly, and you want to make sure that you utilize every person that's in the room that you can network with, because you never know. Like I said earlier, it's good to know people. You know, because I get calls all the time. "Hey, Lawrence, I got this project I want you to be part of," just because I know them. Or, you know, I might know somebody and say, when I'm casting for my project, to say, "Hey, you'd be a perfect fit for this role." And you don't have to audition anybody because you know that person. So it works both ways. But yeah, definitely, that's a thumbs up right there. You definitely want to network.
Awesome. Thank you. The last one is continue to improve yourself as a person and as an actor.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, Marie?
Continue to improve yourself. Can you hear me? To improve yourself as a person and as an actor.
Yeah, well, with anything you do, you need continuous growth and continuous improvement. You know, you definitely want to study, Denzel Washington still takes acting classes. So, and Denzel doesn't have to take classes, but he still takes classes to, to sharpen his skills and things of that nature. So, if Denzel can do it, and he's an established actor, and he's doing everything that he could possibly do on his end, what makes me different, and what makes me that so above everybody, where I don't think I have to take classes, or where I don't think I have to, sharpen my skills, or read, or study, or become the best person I can be, and work on my craft. So yeah, that's two thumbs up. Definitely every day, whether you're reading a book, whether you're taking improv classes, whether you're taking acting classes, on camera classes, find somewhere to hone your skills, and you'll be a better person, better actor.
Awesome. So lastly, before we close out here, because we are coming on, besides the fact that we had some technical difficulties, love the fact that we are so good at improv, right? We just dive right in as if nothing happened. So I got to love it.
Yep.
So last but not
your time.
Now, right now, before we close out, Lauren, where do you see your company, these projects, where do you ultimately want it to land? Like, what's the ultimate goal for your film? Do you want it to be on the big screen? What's the goal here?
Well, obviously you want it to be on the big screen. That's the major goal. But for me, any project that I'm involved in, I want it to touch somebody. I want it to be able to reach out to somebody and say, hey, that project helped me, or just looking at that, it made me laugh, and through tough times, or man, that the way he said that touched me. I felt that. So I'm all about putting together projects where we can help each other grow, and build each other up, and help each other out. That's what it's about. It's not about what Lawrence is going to do, and because when we leave this earth, I want to have a legacy. I want to be able to say I helped this person do that, or I helped that person grow here, and the money's going to come. I'm not worried about the money. I'm not worried about the fame. God's supplying all my needs, so I don't have to worry about any of that. But when it comes down to it, I want to be able to help people grow and help people get to that next level as well, and that's what it's about for me. So definitely.
I love how you tied that all up in a nutshell, right? That you're making movies, you're putting together these projects to change lives out there, because at the end of the day, the people that are watching these projects, these shows, the hard work, the tears, blood, and sweat behind the scenes, right, of all those who partake and has contributed to this film, is to touch somebody, change somebody's life, and to actually give someone an opportunity to know there's always option and there's a better way. So that is super awesome. Thank you so much for that. And is there anything that you want to add on to tonight before we close out our segment on Just Gorgeous?
We have to close it out. That's terrible. But I want to say to all the viewers that are watching right now, never give up on your dreams. Put God first in everything you do. You can do all things through Christ. I want you to know that. So put God first, and never let anybody tell you can't do something. Some people try to tell me, "Oh, you're too old, you're too fat, or you're out of touch." But never give up on your dreams, and never let anybody tell you can't do something. To all the viewers out there, thank you for your support. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Marie, for having me on your platform. And I'm humbled and I'm blessed to be a part of that. And guys, just keep your head up. Women, keep your head up. And DM me, inbox me if you guys have questions after the fact. And go to my page, official Lawrence Johnson Jr. on Instagram, or you can reach me on Facebook. And shout out to everybody that's watching. Definitely.
Amen to that. Well, Lawrence, thank you so much for joining Just Gorgeous TV tonight on Live Talk Fridays at 5 p.m. And although we had a little mishaps there, nothing like getting back on and getting into, what we needed to share with the audience today. And thank you and your family for taking the time out to be on here and share with us your skills, your experience, advice. You're coaching so many viewers out there. And of course, the one thing that stands out to me is to always put God first. with that being said, everybody, guess what? I just want to say thank you to all the viewers. Thank you for being patient. I know that you guys for sending me texts. Thank you all so much. Next week, we're up live with Jeremy Hassel. And Jeremy Hassel was an MTV and reporter for WCBS and E! News. So that's who we're going to have on Just Gorgeous TV next Friday. So y'all tune in. This is Marie with Just Gorgeous TV. Let's talk, keep it real, and let's move forward. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you, Lawrence.
Bye. Thanks, Marie. Appreciate you. Blessed.
God bless you.
You too. Bye-bye. Have a good day now.
Lawrence.